If I asked you to list off the top crappie states in America, probably everybody's number one would have to be the Magnolia State of Mississippi. That's not where we are today. We are coming to you from a surprisingly, unbelievably good crappie state, the state of Arkansas, and we're going to show off some of the best big crappie fishing to be had anywhere across these 50 United States. I'm glad you're along with us. This is going to be a lot of fun. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, Let's Fish TV is on the road again. We are coming to you today on a beautiful day in the state of Arkansas. I'm going to be fishing today on a lake I've never seen before. Right behind me here is beautiful DeQueen Lake, just outside the town of DeQueen, Arkansas. It's really not a very big lake, so we're going to introduce you to this lake and talk some about the unbelievable Arkansas crappie fishing that's available in 4 different lakes across this area. Yes, right here in this place within just maybe 15 or 20 miles, you can fish 4 different unbelievable crappie lakes. More on that a little bit later. While we're out doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters for this weekend's fishing reports right where you live, both fresh and saltwater. So right now we're going to get things situated. We'll get the boat down the ramp, launched. We'll get out there, start looking around, see what we can find, and hopefully going to show you some great big old fat crappie on this week's show. Let's get things started back at the studio in your weekend planning.
Thanks so much for joining us on Let's Fish TV. Spring equinox is this Sunday, so be sure to celebrate the first official day of spring on the water. These lunar tables are predicting good game fish activity Saturday and Sunday. Peak game fish activity begins around 1:32 Saturday and 2:31 Sunday afternoon. Nighttime action will begin around 1:07 on Saturday and 2:06 on Sunday evening. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 7:32 and set around 7:38, and this weekend will feature a full moon. We'll be right back to check all of the current fishing reports from throughout the area, and I'll return with 2020 Bassmaster Elite Angler of the Year, Clark Wendlandt, to answer this week's Ask the Pro question.
There's one fish right there. Eat it. He got it. He got it. I got him. Okay, hey! Be a big old crappie. What do we got? Here he comes. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to get it started right there. Big old DeQueen Lake crappie, come in here, you fat pig, you. Look at that. Ho, 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 ho. Woohoo, man. How's that to get it started? Oh, goodness gracious. How about that on a beautiful little bait right there? I'm going to show you that bait a little bit later. That's my Strike King Crappie Thunder. Thunder to crappie right there. I got to put that one on a scale. Well, we are on DeQueen Lake, and I have scored already. Let's see what we got. 2 pounds, well, I think 115 or 2 pounds. Let's go one more time just to be sure. 2-1, 2-2, 2 pounds, 1 or 2 pounds, 2 ounces. How's that to get it going, folks? Big old crapolino. All right. Oh, we shouldn't do this, but back he goes. Oh, that makes me so happy. Well, we've made it out on the lake, and let me tell you right off the bat, a big front has come through here, and it's real windy this morning. I hope it'll calm down some this afternoon. But let me orient you to DeQueen Lake if you've never heard of it. It's about 1,700 surface acres, so it's not a big lake. It's a deep lake. It's got 60, 70, maybe 80 feet of water down the river channel, and it's real spread out. It's got arms going off in every direction. and they're just big, deep cuts. And every one of them has got a lot of depth to it, a lot of standing timber underneath. Perfect crappie habitat. The water here is real clear. This lake is very accessible. It's got like 6 boat ramps. It's got a bunch of campsites, a bunch of picnic sites. It's a great recreational lake in the summertime, but man, it is loaded with crappie, as are all 4 of these lakes. I'll mention all 4 of them here in just a couple of minutes, but we've got a good fish, a solid 2-pound, 1 ounce or 2 ounce crappie to get it going at DeQueen Lake.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama Report. It's brought to you by the fine folks over at TH Marine. Go over to thmarine.com, browse around, and you're sure to find some products that are going to change your life for the better. If you like to boat, if you like to fish, if you like things that work and make your boating and fishing experiences better, they've got it. Check them out. Hey, let's talk about what's going on here right now. And it is cold today, 70 yesterday. Welcome to the Southeast, right? In Mississippi, I'm going to spend my time in that North Mississippi area, the Enid, Sardis, Grenada area. Catch literally the biggest crappie of your life on any given cast on any given day. In Alabama, Smith Lake. This time of year, those big spots over there come alive. They love this cooler water that's starting to warm up. They get around the bank, they'll chase, they eat a jerkbait real good, they eat a swim bait really good. Bridges are a phenomenal place to start on Smith Lake. And in Tennessee, I can say the same thing about Center Hill. It's almost like our version of Smith Lake. Super good. Big spots, largemouth and smallmouth. I like the middle section to the lower end of the lake. It's got better water clarity. And I want to throw a jerkbait, I want to throw a swim bait, an A-rig, drag a jig on points. A lot of fun. So just get here and get you some. We'll see you when you get here. God bless.
I see a fish down there, and my lure's coming right by him. He got it. He got it. Pitched out there. Ooh, that feels like another good one. Oh yeah, look at that. Got the bends again. Got the bends again. Come here, let me get you in the net and you'll be just fine. There we go. All right, look at that. There's another fat one there. Man, I'm catching these fish here on DeQueen Lake, and I'm catching them out in deep water. They're out in 25 feet of water, kind of at the bases and the middle part of these trees that are standing. You would never know it. If you just look down through here, you can see there's not a thing sticking out of the surface of the water. You'd never know it, but there's a bunch of scattered trees all down through here that I found with my electronics. I'm using my Lowrance active target today, and I'm just scanning out through these trees, and you can actually see the fish, and that fish swam over there and ate it, and I watched him do it on my Lowrance HDS Live. That guy right there is going to have to work his way back down there deep. We're having a great day here on DeQueen Lake, and as you can see, we're just in these big arms. The lake as it lays out has big arms going off the river channel in both directions. There's 4 or 5 big arms. So we're going about halfway back in the arms, scanning around for these trees. And again, the fish are just roaming out here in deep water. One other key is I'm looking for bait fish, threadfin shad, big balls of them down there. If you can find trees, brush, and that bait, there's a good chance you're going to find crappie here at DeQueen. Yes, that's another good one. That fish was probably just shy of 2 pounds.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Plan or book your fishing charter at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion.
Fish are coming out at 25 to 35 feet. Man, look where he ate that bait, way down in the back of his throat. There we go. There's another one down there in real deep water. Come up. Oh, another good one. Oh, we got the bends. Look at there. He's paralyzed momentarily because I pulled him up out of that really deep water. These fish are coming out at 25 to 35 feet. There you go. Man, look where he ate that bait, way down in the back of his throat. There we go. It's another good one. He's not another one of those 2-pounders, but a good solid keeper anyway. Back he goes, buddy, back down deep. Welcome back, everybody. We're on DeQueen Lake today. We're still catching some fish. Told you that I would mention the chain of lakes in this area. You could come and spend a 2-week vacation up here and fish all 4 of these lakes and have a great time. The biggest one and the furthest one east is Lake Greason. It's a little bit west of Hot Springs, Arkansas. Then you work your way to the west and you've got Dirks Lake, Gillum Lake, and then here at DeQueen. Now Dirks, Gillum, and DeQueen are just almost identical in size, shape, depth, water clarity. They just all fish identical. Greason is a little bigger, and in fact it's a lot bigger. Got a lot of development around it, but it's also loaded with crappie. If you want to book a guide trip here, several boats and action guide trips is who you want to contact. And my good buddy Dustin Holmes runs that, does a great job staying on top of these fish, put out a ton of his own brush piles that guarantees his catch pretty much. But if you want to come book a guide trip and kind of learn really any of these 4 lakes, he'll guide you on all 4, but he really bases out of Greason on the far west side. So that's the 4 lakes if you want to come fishing here in west central Arkansas and catch you some big old crappie.
Hey y'all, welcome to this segment, Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia Fishing Report. I'm Captain Patrick Garmison. We just wrapped up with a great fishing trip catching speckled trout, exactly like I would expect them to behave in March. Actually, this was almost more behavior I would find in more of April, the way that they were attacking these lures today. Outside of speckled trout and around here, the redfish bite has actually been a little bit slower. You can still work your way around using live shrimp, dead shrimp, and some jigs and pick up a few redfish, but trout bites really picking up. Kyle Johnson with Coastal Outfitters out in Biloxi, Mississippi said that the speckled trout are starting to behave like normal, as I saw today in Alabama. He said that targeting the speckled trout in warmer waters near pogies and pinfish has been his best option. Garrett Ross and Miss Judy's Charter said many overslot redfish are still hanging way up the creeks. The slot redfish are showing up on the flats. The specks are moving out of the deeper holes and onto the flats. And he said the flounder are starting to make their first appearance of the year around oyster bars and creek mouths. If I can ask y'all to do one thing, go give my guys at Release Over 20 some support. They're promoting the catch and release of fish over 20 inches, mainly focusing on sheephead, speckled trout, and flounder. We're trying to make sure that we have a sustainable fishery, and these fish are here for a long time for our kids and grandkids and so on. Thanks for stopping in. God bless, guys.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors, making it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Visit Mississippi, Wanderers welcome. Powerful, total boat control. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders.
Oh man, there's just piles of them laying down there on the bottom. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're still catching them like crazy at DeQueen Lake, and I have found something right now I'm not sure I've ever seen before. I've been scanning around here and I've actually found in pretty deep water, 30 feet of water, I found piles of what I thought were big shad just laying on the bottom. Well, it turns out they're crappie. I've caught a couple of them and I'm actually watching a pile of them right under the boat right now. There comes my bait right over the top of them. Got it. Good grief. There must be hundreds or I don't know, maybe thousands of these fish down there. And I really thought that they were just bait fish. But it turns out they're crappie, and there's some good ones down there too. And I'm trying to kind of be easy with them when I bring them up, because out 30 feet of water, oh yeah, that's a big one. They get the bends. Got him. Man, what a fat crappie that is. Look at this dude. Yikes. Oh man, there's just piles of them laying down there on the bottom. There's some rocks laying down there I can see, and occasionally there will be a little piece of brush down there, but these fish are just roaming the bottom down there. That is just incredible. I changed colors a little bit just for grins, just to see if they'd bite another color. But I'm going to stick the scale on that one just to see, because these fish are all just about the same size. About 1.75 pounds has been about the average size that I've been catching today. That one's more. That one's right at 2 pounds. Right at 2 pounds. There is a 2-pound crappie for you right there. Little bigger. Solid digital scale 2-pound crappie on my Academy H2O Express digital scale. Big old dude right there. We'll put him back. Hopefully he'll swim right back down there deep. Unbelievable. This lake has got so many fish in it, but it's interesting that I'm just out here in open water. You can see I'm not around any standing timber or brush or anything. I'm just trolling around out here looking on my electronics, and I can just see these little wads on the bottom, and it turns out that they're crappie. What a deal. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything exactly like that.
That's right, y'all. It's time for your Carolinas Report, brought to you by our good friends at Crazy Sister Marina. And guess what? It's never too early to book your trip for the spring and summer here. If you get online, you can see all the boats we offer, from the Fish Finder Fleet, Sidekick, to the new Inlet Princess. Captain Robert and his crew will get you on fish. Visit crazysistermarina.com to find out how we can help you live like a local when you're in town. Let's talk bass fishing. Let's talk freshwater. And I'll tell you what, just recently, our good friends from the Elite Series and from Bass were here for the Bass Masters Classic, the World Championship of Bass Fishing. Now, one thing that I heard from every angler was that in the next week or two, which is right now, that bite was going to be on fire up there. They were spending a lot of time offshore locating those fish, and they were fishing those docks. Well, you know what time it is now. Start looking for those bedding fish, and you can have a great time. Get out with a creature bait, something to entice that bite. Make sure you get that big lady back in the water. We want those eggs. Those are the fish of the future. And this has also been your Carolinas Report. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
He got it. Look at that. He got it. Look at him coming up, fighting up. I kept dropping it over the top of his head. And finally, he just couldn't stand it and had to come up there and chew on that a little bit. That's a fat one there. Got a long-handled net, Stowmaster net, that I'm using to net these fish with. I can reach way out. I mean, every one of these fish just looked like they were stamped out of a mold. Man, look at that. Well, that one, I had to finesse and work him around a little bit. He didn't want to just swim out there and eat it. You saw that fish kind of dart up and look at it and then go back to that stump and then dart up again and look at it. And about the third time he came up, I felt him bump it and he ate it, and we caught him. So we saw it all on video right there, or all on my Lowrance Active Target. It's just a complete game changer out here watching these fish, and it's just so much fun. You know when you're about to get a bite right there. But again, you just got to experiment around on any given day and see what these fish want, see how they want to bite it. But that one, again, I had to pull it up and drop it back to him 3 different times. But once he came off that tree and came out where the bait was, I knew that fish was going to bite. Just a matter of getting to the right little angle and getting it pulled away from him where he thought he was going to lose it. That is so cool.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Mamba Boats, Ride with Pride, Strike King, Tie One On, Glacier Glove, stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades, Fishing Specialties, makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get right on to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Patrick wants to know, what are some things you do to keep your mind in shape so you can be successful on the water? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler Clark Wendland.
The thing that I do is I really understand what tournament fishing is. I mean, I understand lots of facets of it, what makes guys good, what makes them successful. I actually have studied anglers just to see kind of how they do things. I'm not scared to learn something from somebody else, not just in a bait or a technique, but just in maybe the way they do things or the way they carry themselves or the way they practice. All of those different things are really important. Basically, for me, mental fishing is putting my mind on it quite a bit and thinking about it a lot.
Thank you, Clark. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
On the Academy Right Stuff, it's the right gear to catch crappie like you saw us catch today, beginning with my all-time favorite crappie rod. This is the Lose Wally Marshall Pro Target rods. It's the perfect length at 10 foot. It's got the perfect action to make those big, long pitches. I had the reel spooled up with Strike King Tour Grade braided line in the yellow color so I can see my strikes. Then I had Strike King Tour Grade fluorocarbon leader for about the last 6 feet because of the clarity of this water. It's really clear. I tied those two together with a uni-to-uni knot. The bait that we used, all these fish came on the Strike King Crappie Thunder plastic bodied bait. You can see there it's a kind of a hot pink color with a chartreuse tail. We had it rigged on a 3/16 ounce lead jig head that's painted chartreuse. One other handy tool is the Academy H2O Express digital scale. We weighed several of those fish up to 2 pounds and 2 ounces on this scale. It's battery powered, compact, does a great job giving you the exact precise weight of your fish. Every kid needs the approval of their parents. Every child needs to hear both mom and dad say those words, "I love you." I don't care what culture you were raised in, what your macho buddies have to say about it. It is critically important that your kid hears you say, "I'm proud of you and I love you no matter what." It will absolutely make a difference in their development, especially later on in life. Just do it. I hope you enjoyed our fishing trip here to DeQueen Lake in west central Arkansas. And remember, you can catch these crappie at any of these 4 lakes, Greason, Dirks, Gillum, or DeQueen. And you can book your own guide trip through Dustin Holmes and Action Fishing Trips. He and his crew can bring you fishing on any of these 4 lakes. You'll have the chance to catch the biggest crappie of your life. From DeQueen Lake until next week, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Let's fish, everybody. Bye-bye, y'all.